You got a Snapchat.
Right on him.
It's okay. You'll figure it out.
Can you cut all this out in editing?
Yes. Okay?
Like whispering.
Because. All right.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It takes longer. 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Quinn. Quinn.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
We call it like
Mama, I made it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first group session. My name is Samantha Paul, and I'm going to be your group facilitator. Why?
Now we have to start over.
Ryan, get back here.
Now we have to start over.
We're going to have to start over regardless.
Okay, we'll just cut it. We'll just cut this part. It's
I was trying so hard to hold a straight face.
you in the toilet or?
Yeah.
Or it sounded
You
more
don't wipe
serious.
down our sink
You okay?
Hey.
I didn't throw up in your sink.
Alright.
I would have some water, but
That's right. Get all the laughs out, okay?
Honestly, I wouldn't have left, but I was gonna spit on one of you or in the sink. Which would you prefer?
option B.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe just deep in some water for the next 30 minutes. Oh, I'm so sorry. He really is. Hopefully it's loud enough. Just talk loud.
You can fix all that in editing too.
Ready? Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to be pleasant for this. Just get over
Okay.
it. Alright?
That's not why I was laughing.
Okay?
What are you talking to me?
Actually, low key.
Good.
True. Oh, yeah.
I'm not taking mine off.
Okay.
Hey, yo, mention.
Yeah.
It was on purpose.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, go ahead and start it.
Okay.
Yo, here's some lemon.
I'm okay.
What?
It's good. Okay, it's fine. Go ahead, sorry.
Essential oil.
Alright. It's already started. It's been like recorded. Wow, that's gonna be funny. Watch that camera. Alright. Okay. Welcome, everyone.
I'm go. Like it's literally there's so much irritation. Sorry.
No. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to our first group session. My name is Samantha Paul, and I am going to be your guys' group facilitator for this stress group. And what this stress group is good. So my grade is on the line.
No. I'm sorry. Okay, I won't look at a Quinn. It's Quinn.
Look, at the backpack.
I will look at Maisha.
No, because you might. Don't look at anyone's face, because you're gonna start laughing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Take 3.
What is so funny? Oh God. Okay.
This is crazy. Wow.
Okay.
I thought
No,
this was bad.
no, stop. Okay, I'm good.
Just to get my outlook out of it.
You're all left out. Everyone.
Sam's great.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first group session. My name is Samantha Paul and I'm going to be your guys' group facilitator. And what that means is I will make sure that the group is staying on track and we're all kind of falling in line with the purpose of the group, why we're all here. And yeah, it should be a good group. Alright, so if you all are in this group, at some point or another you've experienced stress, and so this group, the purpose of it is to help you all find support in dealing with your stress, however that may look. Maybe we'll talk 1 or 2 sessions about how to cope with stress or things of that nature, just talking about stress and how you've dealt with it in the past and potentially ways to deal with it in the future. Does that make sense? Okay, is that what you all signed up for? Okay, perfect. Like I said, my name is Samantha Paul. I'm an MSW candidate. So I'm on my way to getting my master's. I have my undergrad degree in social work. I'm from Maryland. It's a little bit about myself. But I would love to get to know you all, and I'm sure you guys are wanting to get to know each other. So let's start over here, and we'll just go around the room. And you can say your name, and you can say where you're from, and maybe a fun fact about you.
My name is Mariah. I'm from Chicago, and fun fact about me. I really like to go hiking.
Cool. Yeah, me too.
My name is Corinne. I'm from Orlando. And fun fact about me. I have a twin sister.
My name is Maisha. Originally from the Bahamas. Live in Miami now. I can't whistle.
Okay.
My name is Anthony. I'm from Atlanta, and I don't have a twin sister.
All right. Okay. So, is there something funny, Mariah, you wanted to share maybe with the group?
I just thought his fun fact was really funny. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, this is made to be a fun group for all of us to enjoy. You know, you should come here wanting to be here and have fun, hopefully, in being here and being with each other. So, hey, if you want to laugh about something, that's totally fine. So, I'm just going to go through the names just to make sure I have everyone's. Mariah, Corinne, Maisha, Anthony. Okay. Nice to meet you all. So like I said, my job as the group facilitator is making sure that everything stays on track in the group. As humans, we tangent off sometimes when we're talking, discussing, in conversation and in a group setting like this. So my job is to make sure that we are here for the purpose of this group, which is to talk about stress and help you all deal with your stress. And yeah, as long as everything stays on track, we should have a smooth ride. Are there any questions so far? No? If at any point there are questions, please stop me. I have no problem being interrupted. And in saying that, I also want to say that if I find that things are kind of going off track, or maybe someone's talking a little bit more than they, I wouldn't say that than they should, but more than another member of the group, you know, this is all of your group, all of your guys' group, so I just want to make sure that everyone's included. So if for any reason I feel there's a need to interrupt you, whatever the case may be, I will be doing that, just to kind of let you all know from the beginning. Another kind of housekeeping piece I do have to discuss is confidentiality. In these groups, it's very important that everything that's discussed stays in the group. So whatever Maisha might say, you know, Corinne You can't go out and tell your friend about it or your twin sister about it, you know. Everything stays in the group, and that's just kind of a respect factor, you know. If you don't want your information shared, so you wouldn't want to share someone else's information. Because we're probably going to be talking about heavy stuff. Does that make sense? Is that okay with everyone? Okay. Another quick piece I want to talk about before we jump right into the reason why we're here is rules. For every group, anything of this nature, I think it's important to have ground rules to kind of set the tone and to keep things moving smoothly. So, because this is a group for you all, I want to open the floor and have you all kind of come up with the rules for this group. Actually, what you guys can do is separate into pairs of two and discuss what you find to be good rules for a group like this, and then we'll come back together and talk about those rules. I'll give you a few minutes, go ahead.
Okay.
Respect other people's thoughts. People chances to speak.
No criticizing other views. Like,
Yeah. Judge-free. Yes, judge-free. Don't get too defensive, you know. It's not good. Those are some pretty good
Condescending.
Condescending.
I was gonna say,
Okay, no.
yeah, I was gonna say that, but is condescension a word, or is it condensation? Or,
condescending.
Don't be.
but I would say no
Don't be condescending.
use the margin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mahesh.
So you guys, I'll give you guys like half a minute to wrap up, and then we'll discuss as a group. Everyone done? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you all start, Mahesh and Karen, and then we can jump over to your group.
Well, we came up with no criticizing. That's bad. What was
We said equal talking opportunities.
and you know, don't get defensive, you know?
Yeah.
Like if
Just
someone's
do that.
asking a question, they could be genuinely, you know, just asking a question.
Okay.
So
Those are our main ones. They all had the other ones that we had to repeat.
Do you guys think those are good rules to
Yeah.
instill in this group? Yeah?
Just said no interrupting.
Okay.
No yelling at other people.
No yelling, no.
No condescending. I forgot the other
It was the same as theirs, so
one. Oh,
Okay.
Great minds.
cancel out. Think alike.
Remind me what was the one that you guys shared?
condescending.
Don't be
Criticism.
condescending. Oh, criticizing. Okay. Yeah, I think those are great rules. I think if we all try to make it, kind of, what word am I looking for? I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Just make an effort to stick by those rules. Thank you. To stick by those rules, then I think this will be a good group. Everyone agrees with that? Okay. The one last thing I would like to ask before we actually talk about stress. I'm very sorry for these first group sessions. It's a lot of housekeeping that needs to happen before we actually jump into the subject. But the one last thing that I do want to ask is about expectations. For any type of group, I even feel like that I've been in, I have certain expectations coming into it. whether those expectations be of the facilitator, of other group members, or even of what is it that I'm going to gain from this group. So if you all just want to popcorn and tell me what your expectations are for this group, and I will try to do my best to meet them as we go on with these sessions. Not all at once.
Well,
Okay.
I'm hoping that in sharing that I'm able to find, I guess, the inner peace to cope with the stressing or the stressors in my life, you know, that actually coming to terms with them, accepting them and acknowledging them, that I'll be able to deal with it.
Okay. So your expectation is more along the lines of what you want to gain from this group, as far as it being a specific stress group. So inner peace is what you were saying,
Inner
to be able
peace.
to.
My inner zen, you know?
Okay. That's a good expectation. Anyone else share that expectation maybe or want to add?
I just want to get better at handling stress.
Better. Okay. Better in what sense?
My ways of dealing with stress right now aren't the best. So
Okay.
I want to improve on them. Like, what's an example? Like when I get stressed, say I eat a lot.
Okay.
I like to not eat a lot, or like find a different way.
So
dealing with
ways of
stress.
coping,
Yeah, like, oh,
finding new ways.
instead of eating that box of pizza, you know, hey, let's go to the gym.
Sure. Okay. Anyone else?
I'm just preventing it.
Preventing stress.
Yeah.
I piggyback off of that one. Just,
So also preventing
yeah,
stress.
preventing
relief.
stress.
Okay. I definitely think that we'll be able to tackle all three of these expectations for this group. All right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump on in. Stress. You all have pieces of paper, and if you don't have a writing utensil of some sort, I have some right here. Do you need? Okay, we can just pass those around. And what I want you all to do is use those artistic skills that you guys have and just go ahead and draw whatever stress means to you. I'm giving no direction in this exercise. This is completely up to you all. You need the back of something. Sorry. Yes, I'm going to give you all a few minutes and just draw whatever stress means to you, and then we'll come back together and talk about what you all drew. Are y'all done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As comfortable as you are, or as comfortable as it is for you, whoever is willing, if you could share your picture and kind of explain it to the rest of the group.
Okay, well.
Thanks, Manisha.
So I drew a clock, and there's that little arrow there that represents the passage of time. I didn't really know how to draw, so that I pass quickly, you know. Anyways, what stresses me out is the future, the unknown future, you know. Like I don't know, I just don't know what's gonna happen. So it's pretty stressful. That's why I drew a clock. Future.
It's very deep.
Mine, it looks like a disturbed kindergartner drew. But this is me. And these are supposed to represent all the things that are stressing me out, and they're pulling at me, and that is my brain exploding because I can't take it anymore.
Do you mind sharing what's in the bubbles? What stresses you out?
My future.
Okay, so like Maisha, right?
School, family and friends relationships, my health, and money, or the lack thereof.
So I was about to ask, is it too much money?
Nope.
Not enough? Okay. Okay.
Too much money can pull me in whatever direction.
Yeah, you better say it.
I drew my biggest stressor in recent times, my senior paper, and he's saying you will not graduate. And he was almost right, you know, because I was writing my paper and everything went away, like 15 pages of it, just corrupted file. So
you lost the paper.
I did.
Wow, mercy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so I had to retype it. And my professor's encouraging words to me were, wow, that sucks. So
Goodness.
So yeah, I realized that even though I came this far, if this paper is what makes me give up, then the journey wasn't worth it. So that was the most recent definition of stress for me. And
that can definitely bring stress on someone, but it sounds like you have a positive attitude.
I do now.
Okay.
You know, because,
after the fact.
Yeah, you know, like once you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, it's easier to be a little bit happier, you know. But
okay.
When this paper messed up, I didn't want to do anything. Don't talk to me about anything, because I'm trying to explain to my mom why she needs to cancel the reservations for graduation. But now I didn't have to tell her that story, so a little bit happier now.
Good. Well, I really do hope you get to graduation. I feel like you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Okay. Corinne, would you?
Yeah. Well, I drew a few little pictures. This is a graduation hat, because actually getting to graduation stresses me out.
So, shared with Anthony here.
I drew some people here. That'll just be like people in general, family relationship, friend relationship. Money, that's a stressor, definitely. School, I drew some books here, kind of. School in general stresses me out. I guess it's kind of the same as getting to graduation. And I drew a cross, kind of. Yeah. That's just represents, I guess, my spiritual life, wanting to strengthen it and just not doing so. And I feel like if I do strengthen it, I won't be as stressed. So, just one big ball of stress all related to each other.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for sharing. I know that might have, made you feel kind of vulnerable, so I appreciate that you all shared, and hopefully, your comfort level is still, maintained. And that's actually my next question. I'm going to transition right into it. where is everyone? How comfortable are you all right now on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being the least comfortable that you've ever been, 10 being the most comfortable. How's everyone doing?
Yeah,
5.
7.
7.
I would be around like a 6-ish. I'm sitting on this wallet. It's really uncomfortable. So it's really been bothering me for like the last 5 minutes.
Do you want to take it out maybe?
Yeah,
Put it on the side?
Yeah. Thank you.
Where's the number now?
Probably at a 7.
Okay, good.
Just right past 6.
Good. Okay. And since this is a stress group, I have to ask, how stressed are you guys feeling or not stressed? Does it mirror the comfort level? So on that same scale, 1 being the least stress you've ever felt, 10 being the most stress, where is everyone?
7.5.
Wow. Okay.
I'm at a 9.
Okay.
Sorry, 10 is most stress.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a 6.5.
Okay.
7.25.
Everyone seems highly stressed.
Just remember the paper that I was supposed to have been working on from the beginning of the week.
Oh,
Not senior paper.
I was about to ask. Okay.
Yeah.
So another paper
Mhm.
to
For
add
the
to
same
that
class,
stress.
actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mariah, you said you were at a 9. Is that correct? Do you mind me asking why?
It's because you caught me on a day that I actually sat down and calculated my finances for the next month, from now until immediately after graduation. And so writing down everything that I need to pay for or do that costs money, and then in the other column looking at the funds that I either have or will have, those numbers don't match up very well. And so that is very stressful because it's almost like, what is going to happen when I can't pay for all of these things?
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things is my tuition, and that controls me getting my diploma. So you caught me on a day when I'm thinking about all these things. That's why
Wow.
I gave it a 9.
I would be just as stressed, if not more stressed. That's a lot to think about and deal with. Has anyone else felt stress like this, maybe similar to the stress that Mariah's feeling, or even high on the scale too, close to that 9 or 10?
Like
Yeah.
ever in life?
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
What specific event could you remember that made you feel that high on the scale, like Mariah is feeling right now?
It had to have been. It was definitely school related, but I think it was. Maybe this semester. It was midterm week when I had like 3 tests one day, and I had a paper due the day before, and then I had another test after that day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I just felt like, I mean, I guess the stress was brought on by me, because I mean, I could have been more prepared, but you know, procrastinated or something. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I could have prevented that. Nonetheless, I was stressed.
Okay. I feel like even if you were prepared, I mean, that is a lot to do, so
Yes.
that could definitely induce stress. Okay. So, and you all, thank you for sharing, by the way, and you too, Mariah. So being at that high level of stress, what do you guys do in order to deal with it? Or do you even deal with it? Do you address it at all?
I feel like when I'm that stressed, ever since I was younger, it's like my brain, I guess it's the way my parents raised me, or the things they did that made me do this, but my brain automatically goes into problem solving mode. And so I'm like, I'm stressed, but I was like, I know I can figure out a way. Like, I literally am just trying. And then when I can't, then it just kind of makes me more stressed. So it's like the coping mechanism backfires on me.
Okay.
And so a lot of times I just kind of zone out, which isn't probably the best. But I just kind of zone out and just kind of like try to put myself somewhere when I'm not thinking about it. And that, I mean, it's momentary bliss, but then it's still an issue. Yeah.
Okay.
For sleep. Just don't address it at all. You're not stressed when you sleep.
And do these things that stress you out, do they go away when you sleep?
Well, while I'm sleeping.
While you're sleeping,
Yes, when
okay.
I wake up, well,
What happens then?
they're
Just
still there.
so then does your stress level go up? Does it stay about the same? What changes?
Well,
If there is a change.
it's like a brief change, you know. It's like a good hour, maybe 2 hours after I wake up from my stress nap. And I'm like, rejuvenated, I get stuff done, and then it's like, well, 2 hours later, still haven't gotten anything done. So, more stress.
I think this is a really good discussion that we're having here, and just kind of getting to know each of you and the things that stress you out, and you know what you all have done in the past in order to either deal with it or just avoid it almost. But I do want to jump in and say this is a support group. This is not a one-on-one, therapist-client intervention session. So in it being a support group, you all are here to support each other. This is a group for you all. So I say this because I encourage you all to look at each other when you all are talking. You don't have to look just at me, though I am the facilitator. That's kind of why I explained at the beginning what my role is. My role isn't to be a therapist. It's to just make sure I facilitate discussion so that you all are able to support each other. Stress is a difficult thing to deal with, but to be in this group and to have others that can maybe relate to the stress that you're dealing with or stress that you've dealt with, or maybe help give you ideas of how to cope with that stress, that's what you all are here for. So I just encourage you all, like I said, to look around the room when you're talking. You're talking to one another. I'm not even here, in a sense. But where were we? Just kind of talking more about the coping ways, the coping skills that you guys use, or coping methods, that you guys use to deal with stress. You said that you usually sleep, right? And so it's not necessarily coping, you said, but just kind of ignoring the problem. Okay. Is this something that you might have done in the past, Corinne? Slept.
Well, I don't think I really ignore the problem much as that I kind of just get in a bad mood, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I guess I zone out, start scrolling on my phone, and then that just wastes more time, and then I get even more stressed. Because I know even if I go to sleep, I'm still going to be stressed about it the next day. So I don't think I really just go to sleep. So, yeah.
So you have at some point avoided some stress
Oh, yeah.
you've had, but it's not like
Yeah.
Maisha has in sleeping, but you do something else completely different just to distract you. Is that correct?
Yeah, or
Okay.
just zone out, waste time, do other things on my computer when I should be typing a paper. Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else want to share on that? Either ways you've ignored. Well, yeah. Let's talk specifically about ways you might have ignored stress or tried to push it away, and then we'll come back to coping with stress.
I like it. I get in my flow state the more people are around me. So what I would do if I'm like really, really stressed, I'll just invite like a lot of people over my apartment, and we'll just all chill. And it's like the happiness will help to take me out of my stress state, and a lot of times I can see a solution more clearly because I'm not being held back by the stress.
Okay.
Because a lot of times the stress, fear of failure keeps me from trying, and so when people are around me, I don't feel like I'm gonna fail because I feel like everybody's here, you know. I mean, how can I fail? You know, like, I mean, so it just puts me in a state where it's easier for me to attack a problem head on, subconsciously, because I never actually thought about that. I just know I don't like being alone and stressed. Like, I'd much rather forget my stress because I'm not alone, you know, like, so I just bring people to where I am or something.
Okay. That's an interesting way of distracting yourself from the stress.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of what you said reminded me of something, and so it just made me think of a question to ask you all, and that is, do you think that stress is important? Even though stress, for lack of a better word, stresses you out, you know, it brings you possibly a lot of anxiety and a lot of other negative feelings, and it might make you do things that you wouldn't necessarily do, like you were saying earlier, you know, eating a whole box of pizza maybe, you know, due to stress. But do you think that in some weird, twisted way it might be a good thing? Or maybe not. What's your opinion of stress? Do you think it's important in your life?
In small doses, I would say. I'm a person that sometimes I like the pressure because it's like you kind of bust out your best work. Like, for me, if you give me too much time to do something, like if you say, do it whenever, don't even worry about it, you know, I'll be like, okay, you know. But like, if you give me like a date and it's soon, it's like it lights a fire under me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go get it done. The issue only arises when like 10 people do that, and all of them are expecting the work on like several projects. But if it's like on like one or two things, I think it's a positive thing, because for me, a person like me that procrastinates a lot, it lights like, it's like, oh, maybe I should get going on this.
So it pushes you.
Yeah. So,
do any of you feel the same way? Share the feeling that Mariah has? It pushes you, kind of gives you that fuel that you need. As long as it's in small doses, it's not overboard.
Yeah.
Corinne agrees. Manisha, do you agree?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to expand on that? Maybe share a different spin off of that. This is still under that same question of, is stress important in our lives?
I feel like stress moves me to action, but I forgot where I was reading, but I saw the lower down you are in the food chain, so to speak, of society, the higher your stress levels will be. Simply because, and that's like, they did some study on baboons, and like they're really high stress creatures because of it's just a constant battle for power, and everyone's trying to move up in society. And, you know, so your boss has stress from his boss and all that. And so, like, the lower down stress just passed down to you from there. And so, at that point, like, where we are as students, it's like, we're at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the food chain because we're just trying to make it, you know? So, I mean, we're getting stressed from teachers, professors, from financial aid advisors that don't do their job. It's just from all over. And so, the stress here, I don't get the option for it to be a small dose. It's like, all at one dose, you know, like, hopefully you make it out dose, you know, like, it's just, I mean, I would love the small dose that moves me to action, but a lot of times the dose I get paralyzes me, you know, like,
yeah.
I need to take it down a notch, you know?
I see. So is that an overall feeling? I'm hearing kind of a theme of school really being the center of a lot of the stress that all of you are dealing with as students. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my next question would probably be, outside of school, you said graduation is on the horizon, right?
Hopefully.
And I remember the cap that you wrote. Graduation is on the horizon for you too, right? So in being close to graduation, life on the other side, how do you think it will be? Do you think you'll have less stress? Do you think you'll have more stress? Do you think you'll be better able to cope with stress because maybe it'll be in smaller doses? Kind of, let's just talk about that a little bit.
Definitely less stress
Yeah?
when I'm not a student.
Why
I
is
just-
that?
I just feel like I'll never have to deal with so many different classes at the same time. Like, although, like, I'll have a job, but it's like you're focusing. Like, yeah, you'll have different tasks, but it's not like, it's just not school. You know? I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but that's just how I feel. And I mean, yeah, you'll have other things that stress you, but I feel like it just won't be as horrible as being a student and dealing with student stress.
Okay.
So, that's just how I feel.
Does anyone else share in that feeling? Want to add something else to that?
I mean, I hope it's like that.
Yeah.
I sure do hope it's like that.
I think it'd be different stress because, like, now, I mean, I know everyone's not in my situation, but school is real good for a point because, you know, loans pay for everything. But, you know, like, at some point, I'm going to have to pay back those loans. And, I mean, I was just talking to some of my friends that graduated, and their loan payment's like $700 a month. And I say,
That's a lot.
that's not my car payment. That's not my house payment. That's my payment for something I'm no longer experiencing payment. You know, like, so I'm just trying to make it. And I already have things trying to stop me from making it. So I don't know. And then it's like people expect you to be an adult now. Like, not just because you're an adult, but it's like, there's no excuse like, oh, I'm a student. You know, you can't say that anymore. You know, like, it's, you're a grown up. You know, handle your business. You know, like, it's just, expectations are higher because you have a degree, because you're out of school, because it's just so much. I don't know. Come, Lord Jesus, come.
You seem stressed just talking about it. Yeah. Did anyone else have anything to share on that? Maybe piggybacking off of what someone's already said, or
Even if it's not like stress in my job, like if, when I get out of school, like stress finding a job in the first place. Like,
Lord.
like it's like stress. Oh well, now I'm out of school. You know, okay. Well, I mean, I can't live with my parents. Well, oh, I would love to have an apartment, but I'm not employed. All right, get a job. Oh, you want me to work? Stress. Oh, bills to pay. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just you're out there, like, in the world, like, for real this time, you know?
yeah.
I feel like I'd rather deal with that stress than school stress.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get the kind of
Honestly,
people
it's
those-
like it's between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like when you're in school and you're stressed. I mean, and for me, I've been on my own for the past like 5 years. Like, my parents maybe will sign me at 20. Like, if I'm dying, like I need money, but like
$20 is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
yeah, like if I'm struggling financially, but like it's like, oh, you're graduating, and like, you know. It sounds bad, but I've been able to sweet talk my way into the next semester with my financial advisor. Like, oh, the payments are coming. If I try to do that with an apartment, you're gone. Like,
Yeah.
evicted, you know? So, like, there's stuff I think about. There's not as much cushion, and that stresses me out. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm not set up enough to not be stressed when I get out there.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'll still be stressed, but just not like that.
Yeah. Well, like I shared at the beginning, that is the reason for this group. You all are here to support each other, and more so, the outcome of this group should hopefully be that you guys find ways to better deal with the stress you're dealing with, to build you for future stresses. Whether that be more schooling for some of you, or just out there in the real world, as you say. So as we continue with these sessions, we'll just make that a priority to help you all find ways to deal with your stress, to cope with your stress in a healthy way that'll just better your future. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we are very close to the end of our time, needing to definitely wrap up. But right before we wrap up, I just want to ask about the comfort level again. How are you all feeling right now? And if we can kind of go around again, maybe I'll remind you of the scale, 0 being the least comfortable, 10 being the most comfortable, and share how this group was for you this first session. What was good about it, maybe what you didn't necessarily like, you want to change, things of that nature.
I'd say comfort level, I'll give it an 8. I think it was good because it's like you get to talk to other people and you're like, oh, so you are also human.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
That's a very big thing.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Good.
Like, just nice to just kind of like, even though I might not be unstressed, it's nice to hear other people that also go through the same thing. So.
Sure. Good. I'm glad to hear that. How about you, Karen?
I'd say comfort level around 7. Like Mariah said, it's good to know you're not the only person that stresses about the same things that you yourself stress about. Yeah, and it's good to hear how other people deal with stress horribly, just like the other.
So once again, just relating to other people and knowing you're not the only one. Good.
Like a 7 on the scale. It was just good to get off the chest, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. 'Cause, I mean, I guess there are other ways to get whatever you're feeling off your chest, like Twitter or something. But like after a while, people get tired of reading your rants. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to love the old school way.
No,
Yeah.
I say about the disciples all the time. But what's it called? I feel like I'm probably at like an 8-ish now, you know.
Good.
And like I'm not crazy, you know. I'm not the only one. You know? Like, it's good to hear. Good to know.
Good. I'm glad to hear that everyone seems to be higher on the scale than they were in beginning the session. So to some extent, you know, improvement has been made already for this group. We've talked about a lot in this group session. A lot to do with stress, of course. That is what this group is all about. So hopefully in the next sessions, we'll be able to talk more about positive aspects of dealing with stress, coping with stress, and less to do with what is stressing you all out. I know that might have been difficult and it might have just made you more stressed this session. So I just thank you all for coming to this first session. I think it was really great. I really enjoyed meeting you all, and I am very excited as this group continues to just get to know you all more and hopefully help you all help each other to figure out this whole stress thing. So for now, thank you all for coming and hope you have a good week. Stress-free, hopefully.
Thanks. You too.
It's fine.
She was,